Bulawayo province is not spared from COVID-19 pandemic and is not spared from COVID-19 regulations that are aimed at reducing or fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. People are told and have been guided to stay home. Only those with exemption letters, only those providing essential services, and those that are coming only into town for pharmacies and to meet some doctors are allowed. However, we have noted with concern that a lot of people were violating these lockdown regulations. As a result, Bulawayo province got into a strategy and came up with an operation codenamed Etown Udingani, meaning what do you want in town. This implies that all motorists that are coming into a central business district are stopped at checkpoints and by our traffic police officers that are doing their routine checks to check the purpose of coming into town and not neglecting all other defects and traffic offenses. As a result, this operation started today and 95 motor vehicles have been impounded, as you see. They are all impounded here and they are to undergo some checks and rigorous experiments and experiences, and the owners of those combis are supposed to pay some fine, because actually we noted that prosecuting or fining the drivers does not give us any progress. So because the owners will be benefiting, that's the situation. One of the combis that we are having here was involved in an accident yesterday at the corner Heritage Depot and 6th Avenue. Our police officers were driving past and they noted him that he was pirating. When they approached to instruct him to come to them so that he can be interviewed, he hastily reversed, ramming into a pedestrian who was going about her duties, and she got injured. She was taken to Mpilo Hospital, whilst the driver, Tauringa Manyengwa, sped off, and investigations led to his arrest in Pumula. He is to appear in court. He is going to be charged with various offenses, inclusive of violating COVID-19 regulations, failing to stop after an accident, disobeying instructions from the police officers, and engaging or attempting to engage into intercity travel. We had of late experienced some incomings of some money changers or spatelen, but our operations, I tell you, were full on the ground. All commanders, all members, all our police officers are in full force into the central business district, and we expect sanity. We are warning all members of the public not to come into town if it is not necessary, because you risk being arrested. Whether you are walking or driving, we are saying stay home. Even let me take this opportunity to say, even those in western areas, by saying you have an allowance of traveling within your 5 kilometers radius, it means you are only going there for the purpose of purchasing or buying some food, not that you should be gathered outside your house 5 kilometers within, in total defiance of these lockdown regulations. We are saying only if it is necessary for you to go to the shops, not because the shop is within 5 kilometers, you go there and spend the whole day standing and doing nothing. That is a defiance of lockdown regulations.
Okay, you spoke of 95 combis here. How many more vehicles?
95 is inclusive. Combis are at least 14, and some Honda Fits, a number of them, and some pickups, a lot of vehicles, even some trucks that were arrested for violating COVID-19 regulations. Some were found with some defects which are not allowing them to be on the road, and others, they have some expired licenses. They are supposed to have paid maybe end of December. Some were even on their phone calls whilst driving. Some were parked in the center of the roads, remaining stationary. There are a number of offenses that these people have been arrested for.
You spoke of you being on full force, and you asked on the issue of how Ospateleni, they are making it into town. Yesterday, I was observing by Trade Gold. There was a large central pickup truck with police officers, and one of them was doing rounds collecting imali kibo so that they can operate. What's your take on that?
As far as I know, yesterday our command from the provincial headquarters to districts were out in full force making some arrests. That's why even today, if you get to Trade Gold, you will not see any of them. However, we're saying, as Zimbabwe Republic Police were saying, we have zero tolerance to corruption. We don't appreciate that, and if that could have happened, I cannot justify or comment on that, because our officers that are on the ground are making some sound achievements, making some arrests. Yesterday, a lot of people were arrested as well as today, and we are seeing sanity, which means effectiveness on the part of our police officers. But we are saying, if ever there are such allegations, they should be reported to our station commanders, district commanders, provincial commanders, and even to my office. We are always open 24/7. Line 999 112, we are always receiving calls, and we are receiving a lot of tip-offs from members of public that are concerned, and we are working together to unravel such issues. If ever there is anything, we leave no stone unturned.